1 to 10.
I forgot to record. Whoops.
No, that's good.
Now I'm recording.
Excellent. So I will share my screen and pop up my PowerPoint for everybody, and we'll just talk through what this trip is going to include. Got it. All right. Okay, so Valparaiso, Chile, one of my very favorite cities in the entire world. Henry James famously said that a writer is one on whom nothing is lost. And one of the things that Lisa and I really agree on is that as writers, we hone experiential skills other people may have the luxury of ignoring. So when you go to another country, you don't have all the same things that you have in your own country. The toilets don't flush the same way. People don't talk the same way. You can't count on the sidewalks necessarily being maintained. And therefore, because you're out of your comfort zone, your observation skills are really called upon. And hopefully your curiosity is stimulated. So as writers, we believe that the self is the conduit for meaning making. And what we're really wanting to do when we take writers on trips is to help them bring their own personal experience in and connect with a more universal experience of the world, and then reflect that back in their writing. So whether or not you're an avid writer, or you're dabbling, or you're just someone who believes, what Mark Twain said, which is travel is fatal to prejudice, and you want to challenge your prejudgments, we welcome you to be here today. Erin, I know you've already signed up to go on this trip, but I want you to know what you're getting into. So why Valparaiso? Besides the fact that I love it there and want any chance that I can to get back, and really think that everybody should go. Valparaiso, Chile is one of the art centers of the world, but it's not like Lisa and I, just before you all jumped on, she's going to Italy in September. And so I was saying, oh, you have to go to Florence. I mean, you cannot not see the David. And it's not that kind of art in Valparaiso. It's street art. I mean, everywhere there is street art. And much of it is commissioned. Some of it is, well, the last time that I was there, one of my guides told me, yeah, if you see a blank wall, then you can approach the owner of that building and ask if you can, tag the wall or paint on the wall. I mean, there's all kinds of different kinds of street art all over the place. And therefore, this is a place which is really oozing with creativity. Every crooked street that you go down, you will find somebody who's making jewelry or finding things and creating sculptures. It's just literally everywhere. Not only that, but the city itself is built on a hill looking out at the water so this is kind of central Chile. If you land in Santiago and go west, it's right there. So the city itself has this gorgeous view of the ocean, and then is creatively built on this hillside. So there are, funiculars that take you up and down, and little burrows at the top of those funiculars. It's just really, I don't even really know what to say. That's the last time that I was there. I came in, 2017 or 2018 to run a marathon in Viña del Mar, which is just spitting distance north. Okay. So what we'll do while we're there as writers, obviously I'll share with you the itinerary, or the rough itinerary. It is subject to change as we're working with our hosts. But what we hope to be doing is working on craft work. So when we're there, we're going to really focus on what travel writing can uniquely do for a reader, which is, of course, transport them to places that they might not get to go, or that they might be inspired to go. But particularly character and place study. Lisa and I feel that when you are in another country and you're experiencing out of your comfort zone other people and places, that if you get the right prompts and the right craft support, you can bring that back into your writing, and it really can just blow open your writing, generally speaking. So we will be talking about craft while we're there, and then giving you prompts to work on the writing days. And when you see the agenda, you'll see how we're organizing this. And then we're really big fans of having off the beaten track experiences that you can write about. So my favorite thing is like the oh shit moments when you're traveling. And if you're a writer, you're having those oh shit moments. Part of you is freaking out because you're lost in Bolivia and your phone isn't getting signal. Not that that's ever happened to me, but it did. But another part of you is saying, oh my God, this is going to be a great story. So you want to have those off the beaten track experiences. And we'll be encouraging you to do that and sharing with you how you can do that. Lisa took her family on some great experiences when she was traveling around the world, not the least of which was
Eating
tarantulas. Tell the story, Lisa.
We went to Cambodia, and we were in Phnom Penh, and we were looking for things to do, and we came across this place that helps street kids get off the street and learn a valuable career. And so they specialize in rural Cambodian cuisine, which was tarantulas. And so we ordered them, and then they asked if we'd like to see them ahead of time. And they brought us out live tarantulas onto the table, and my husband was brave enough to hold them. And then my kids we all decided that we'd order the deep fried tarantulas. And my son even said, well, what the heck, here I am, and ordered the red tree ant soup for lunch. So they did great.
So we've arranged for you to eat tarantulas and chili. Just kidding.
There's only really been one thing I haven't been able to eat, and that was actually right here in my own backyard. And
what was it?
I'm writing a book about soup, and Tella actually brought me salmon heads to make salmon head soup. And she's like, my favorite part are the eyeballs. You got to try the eyeballs. And I thought, okay, I'm game. I can do it. And then I did all the stuff she told me to get the fish prepared. Do you know how big salmon eyeballs are?
Yeah.
They are as big as our eyeballs. I couldn't do it. I looked at it for a while, and I thought I would really try it. I couldn't do it.
I know I haven't been able to eat eyeballs either when I've been in Japan with friends, and they're like, it's the delicacy. We offer it to you, our guest. Oh, thank you. I'm allergic.
We'll have to see if we can't go somewhere where we can get eyeballs.
Well, seafood is a really big thing in Chile, so we will be eating seafood there for sure.
Okay.
So this is just more of the art around town. This is where we're going to stay. It's called the Wine Box, and it was designed and is run by a couple, Grant and Camilla. And as you can see, all of the rooms are made out of containers, and most of them have a view of the ocean, and they're all given, rather than like room 201, they all have the name of a grape varietal. So you're in the Merlot room or the Chardonnay room or something like that. And the rooms themselves are gorgeous. This is the view from the rooftop. We'll be doing some eating and wine tasting from the roof up there. This is their breakfast, which is really first class. They do have gluten-free options also. Okay, so let's talk through what the trip is going to look like. As I said, this is the expected itinerary, and it is definitely subject to change. I'm working with Camilla right now to figure out exactly what days we're doing each thing. And so this is in flux a bit, but all of these things will happen. We just don't know in what order, and we have to get a van, and so she's doing some of that stuff there. So don't get attached to the day that it happens. We do know the first day you're going to travel to Santiago and catch the bus to Valparaiso. We'll do everything in our power to facilitate that easily. I've done it many times. It is a wonderful adventure. These are not chicken buses. These are really nice, cushy buses that you take. It's about an hour and a half ride from Santiago to Valparaiso. Mind you, it will have been a long journey from wherever you are to Santiago. And so once you get to Valparaiso, you're gonna check in and you're gonna crash. That's all you're gonna do that day. And then day 2, we'll get up, we'll have breakfast, we'll take a walking tour of Valparaiso that day, so that you get a chance to get oriented from where the wine box is on top of the hill, and you'll want to be able to just at least find your way down the stairs into the main square in Valparaiso, where the Starbucks is, and all the other things that will give you comfort. So and then that evening there's a no host dinner, which doesn't mean that we won't all go out together somewhere. This is just not included in the cost of the trip. You can do whatever you want, including stay home and sleep if that's what you need to do. So should be a pretty low key day. We'll give you some writing assignments that very first day that you can utilize throughout the course of the trip, but there's no pressure. We want that day to be an orientation day. Day 3, we're going to give you some writing prompts, because at the end of this whole thing, there will be an anthology where you get to publish what you've written based on the trip. So we'll be giving a couple of very specific prompts out related to the art and the culture that you experience while you're there. There'll be some writing time on day 2, and also an opportunity to meet with Laura to talk about your book project and maybe how to approach it, how you might want to publish it. Talk about she last time that she came with us, she did back flap copies with people, which was really valuable. So Laura is a wonderful resource for us. I didn't really introduce Laura Mazer properly, because it's just her cute little picture there. And Leora, I know you know her, but Laura was one of my editors at Seal Press, and is currently an agent, and is a dear friend. And her role when she comes with us is just extra support of writers, and she's offers us an opportunity to look behind the scenes at the industry, and then think through like how we might want to approach getting our work out into the world. So it's just been so wonderful and delightful to have her with us on our last 2 Wayfaring Writers trips. And she'll be with us again in support. So lunch that day, no host dinner, and then gather in the evening. So basically the way we've organized the trip is that one day is an activity and the next day is a writing day, which doesn't mean you have to write. I mean, for all I care, you can go exploring. You can walk, you can take a hike up to Viña del Mar and sit on the beach. It'll be summertime there, December. So it'll be nice and warm. But what we've discovered is that it's nice to have a day of writing and experiencing and touring, and then another day of writing. So then
we should find a wall to paint.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be fun?
Yes.
I bet there's some writing classes or some painting classes that we could.
I'm going to look into that.
Okay, good. See, every time we have a meeting, there's a new idea. We'll go on day 4. We'll talk in the morning about character and place and craft. And then we're going to go to Pablo Neruda's house. And so before we go, we will be sending out books to everyone, a Pablo Neruda book, and probably Isabel Allende's My Invented Country, which I think is a very good. I think that book is is experientially a good tap on Chilean culture. Day 5, we'll go into Santiago. Santiago, as I said, is about an hour and a half away. So it would be wonderful just to hop in a van. And this is what we're working on. Hop in a van, go over there, spend the day, have dinner there, and then come back in the evening. You don't want to miss seeing the Virgin and the Palacio de la Moneda. I'm sure somebody could say that better than I could. Day 6, we'll do some writing, and then in the afternoon, take a walk up to Viña del Mar. Day 7, and there'll be time for writing. Day 7, we're going to go wine tasting. We're going to get in a van and go to a couple of wineries and probably get drunk. I don't know, but no, it'll be really, I mean, I'll speak for myself. We won't be driving. That's the point. Day 8, there'll be some riding time in the morning, and then whichever of the funiculars that we didn't go on the walking tour will go on those funiculars in the afternoon. Does everybody know what a funicular is? Okay. It's a big, long elevator slash escalator sort of thing. And there's several of them in Valparaiso that take you from sea level up to these interesting neighborhoods. Now, one of the things that I haven't talked about is that there are 3 dinner clusters, so that whoever's with us on this trip will go to dinner with me one night, Lisa one night, and Laura one night to some of the best restaurants. And Camilla is helping us arrange those dinners. So we'll change. You'll be in the same group, but you'll change which of us you're with, and you'll go to a different famous restaurant. So you'll get to experience the cuisine of the area. Probably seafood, but if you're allergic to that or you're vegan, there will be other options as well. So day 9 will be a free day in Valpo, which I think you'll want by then. And then day 10 will be traveling home. As I said, this will definitely be subject to change as Camilla helps me with the arrangements. We're several months out from it, but we'll be doing all those different activities at some point. So questions or opinions?
Do you make some recommendations for travel as well? Because I'm finding
so Erin,
but we'll see.
As soon as Lisa and I get our own tickets and start the process of figuring out our own travel, we will be sharing everything we learn. I mean, so typically what I've gotten there 2 different ways. I've gotten there through Atlanta on Delta, and then I have gotten there through Mexico City. I can't remember which airline off the top of my head. I'll have to look at my records. So, and I think the third, I've been there several times. I think I've gotten as far as Santiago directly from somewhere, and then took LAN or one of the local airlines inside of the continent. So Lisa and I will figure out what we're doing and give you as much recommendation as we can.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions?
So just to be clear, we would be departing here on the 1st of December, or arriving in Valparaiso or Santiago on the 1st.
Yeah, the goal would be to arrive in Santiago on the 1st at some point.
And then,
preferably in the daylight.
Right. And then departing Valparaiso on the 10th. Yeah.
Unless you want to stay longer.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm going to stay in South America through the whole month of December and go over to Uruguay and Brazil. But
why wouldn't you? That sounds amazing.
I'm there, Yeah. Yeah. So that's the idea. I mean, and if you want, Lisa and I will doubtless go a day or 2 early. And I know other people Laura may come early with us because, the time difference is not much. It's like the same time zone as New York. So it's not a vast difference, but you are traveling it's kind of far down there. So you're traveling for a minute.
Yeah. I mean, I assume access to Wi-Fi is pretty readily available and things like that. And yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, did you give us a sense of like the numbers of people that you're looking to hopefully attend?
We have 11 rooms total, Lisa. Is that right? You're muted. Yes, she's nodding yes. And right now we have 7 of them filled. So I think
I don't know. 5 or 6.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah. So we have space. And I'll tell you about the money piece in a minute, but if you have a partner that you want to bring, there's a way to do that at not the same cost as you're coming. So Yes, arriving in daylight if you can. The days down there will be a little longer than they are up here. It's south of the equator, though not very far south of the equator, and it is summertime. So if you arrive on the 1st and get over to Valparaiso on the 1st, that's great. If you want to arrive early, we will want to know what your itinerary is and make arrangements. It's a busy time of the year for the wine box. So if you are going to come early, we'd want to know that as early as we can so we can get rooms for you. Okay. And if you guys have other questions, just interrupt me. So what the cost covers and what it doesn't cover. So the cost covers the books that we will send you, and then all of the tours and entrance fees for anything that we go on, the wine tasting, all of those sort of things, all the things that we're organizing, breakfasts, and then the cluster dinners when we're all eating together, those are covered. All the meetings with us. I mean, any ways in which we're not charging anything extra for the things that we're doing while we're there, holding you as writers, supporting you as writers. The lodging, there'll be some wine tasting on site, as well as the winery tours. Covers all of that. What the cost doesn't cover is airfare and the transportation from the airport to Valparaiso. And then any of the no host dinners or lunches. And then, of course, your personal shopping spree, medical and trip insurance, if that's something that you like to do when you travel. My medical insurance covers trip insurance, but some people like to get extra, and I don't blame them. So that's an additional cost. So here are the costs. So to hold the spot, a $500 non-refundable deposit, non-refundable just because we're holding those rooms. And so if we commit to somebody being in one of those rooms, we lose that money. And then the cost total before June 30th is $4,497. Bumping it up for July 1 as we get closer to having to lock in those rooms because it's their busy season. And if you want to bring your partner along, they would get to go on everything with us. So it would be just $2,497. Those rooms are big enough, by the way, for 2 people, like the beds are queen beds, or if you're bringing a son or a daughter, there's a fold out bed in the rooms as well, if you don't want to snuggle up with them. 7 spots total for participants, Lisa, because we have you and me and Laura.
And Amanda.
And Amanda. I think Amanda's iffy right now.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, any questions about that?
I was just going to say, I just did a quick, this is not a question. I just did a quick search looking around for prices, and I'm finding, I mean, what I would probably take is somewhere in the neighborhood of $750 to up about $850, $900 for round trip
For
to
airfare.
Santiago.
Yeah. And the other thing I want to say about the fee is that we have some people who are coming, couple people who are coming with us who decided they wanted to, rather than plunk down the whole amount at once, to pay it out, and they're already paying into it. So they spread it out into installments, which we're fine. That doesn't mean that it goes up if you're not done with installments by July 1st. Just locking in is what we're looking for. And then really how to apply. There is an application online, or you could just tell us that you want to go, and Erin, we already know you and we're in conversation with you about it, and you're coming. So you're already in. And Leora, if you wanted to come, one of us would just have a one-on-one convo with you. We want to make sure you can walk. There's a lot of walking, and if you have eating issues, like need to be gluten-free or all the things.
All
the things. Well, everybody has like different, lots of different eating needs.
That's right.
So I can eat almost anything and nothing bothers me. I'm the only one who's not seasick, not throwing up with food poisoning when everybody else is. So, okay. Any other questions? Are you excited, Erin? Yeah.
Yeah, this is
I'm
very helpful. Thank you for hosting this this
Yeah.
talk. Thank you for
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, would be fun to have you if you want to come, Lior, and let us know if you're interested or if you have questions when we jump off.
For sure. No, for me, it's just kind of arranging some dates and seeing if it'll work out for me. Hopefully it does, but I'll definitely be in touch.
Yeah, good. That would be great.
Lior, I hope it works. It would be such a joy to have you there.
Oh, for me too. It's great to hear your voice, Laura.
Yours too, and to see you.
Yeah,
More in December, I hope.
me too.
Yeah, good. Okay, everybody. Well, if you do have questions, we'll hang out for a little bit. And if not, feel free to jump off. And great to see everyone here today.
For sure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Cheers.
Take care, everyone.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
too.
I'm
I wanna
looking
see-
forward to seeing you both soon. I'm going to go back to my other meeting now.
Okay, bye, Laura.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Erin.